ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Busts. I think I did it again. I blew out your eardrums with the hello, but that's alright. We've got plenty of spare eardrums to hand out at MineCon, actually. We're going to be handing those out at MineCon as an apology for destroying them during these videos. No, not really, but let's grab Wolfie. The sun rose over there, so west is this away. Get rid of that. And let's continue on with episode 189 of Farlands or Bust. And at episode 189 here, we are at 3,000. We are unable to traverse this land because we're looking on our separate monitor. We are at $3,155.90. Raised this season, Season 4, for Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. I appreciate the continued generosity. Trying to see if we can get to $10,000 before MineCon weekend, which is, hold on to your hats, is literally 2 weeks away. What? That's crazy. So many anxieties. But yeah. I said perhaps I would do like a live stream with a face cam. If we reach that, it would probably have to wait till after MineCon. But perhaps that, I don't know, I'm not very good. You know, you get Generic B doing something for charity and he says he'll eat cat food or stuff like that. I'm not very good at that stuff. I can't say that, oh, I'm going to do this, or, oh, I'm going to do that. That would be awkward or embarrassing or unusual. So maybe that's why I'm not really getting that much of a surge in donations. A good steady amount. I'm not poo-pooing any of the, I beg your pardon? Any of the donations thus far, but perhaps I'll try to think of other things. It was kind of a last minute, kind of offhanded. Well, let's see if we can get to $10,000 before MineCon. So, not the end of the world if we don't do such things as these, but maybe it'll be while I'm gone, while I'm away at MineCon, and I will return to find that we have reached $10,000, and we will rejoice at such things. But regardless, what else is going on? Yeah, MineCon in 2 weeks. We're still, even at 2 weeks, waiting for information. Everybody who has a ticket probably received an email with the subject, MineCon information. And all it said was, look forward to more information. So we're still looking forward to this information. There was a link to a video about the, whatever they're calling it, the _party, open close parentheses, the 18 and over party that they're holding one of the nights, Saturday night, Sunday night, I don't remember, and a link to some very crazy video with dubstep and the wub-wubbing and very attractive people dancing that I question if they have any knowledge of Minecraft, these people who are dancing in their scantily clad outfits and spiky overgelled hairdos. But I think it was just kind of a part of the promotional company who's putting on that the 18 and over party. So I don't know what that means. I know Good and BOO have mentioned how last year at Las Vegas the 18 and over party was at some sort of club like that, and it wasn't just open for MineCon attendees, it was like open for regular business. So you had all these regular club goers there who were a little bit confused about the sudden surge, the sudden swing in nerdosity of the attendance. And ooh, we got on the jungle. Careful, Wolfie. Oh, this is gonna be bad news for everybody involved. All right, easy. Easy. We know how this ended in Ultra Hardcore, traversing the treetops with a wolf close behind. But we made it. I think Wolfie made it too, if he can just teleport. Yeah, well done. Not a single hit of damage. But yeah, that we'll wait and see how that turns out. Oh dear, that's pretty funny. But that's the only thing we know so far. We're waiting for information. I know I just watched Good's last Mindcrack episode, where he mentioned similar things. He's also mentioned that we have no more information whether or not we're going to have a Mindcrack/YouTube panel or anything. That you can look forward to meet us Mindcrack members. Still no news about that. We've heard a lot of news from you guys that a lot of you guys are going, so I don't see why it wouldn't be beneficial to have a panel dedicated to learning about us and things like that. And signing autographs and meeting you guys, kind of more of an organized thing. So we're waiting to hear about that. Good said if for whatever ungodly reason we don't get a panel, we'll just take matters into our own hands and hold it in the hallway or the lobby or something like that. So look forward to that, and we'll try. Like I said, I'm still not too sure about the level of connectivity. You'll want to, as we get closer, I'm going to get a more finalized list of all of the Mindcrackers and YouTubers that you can look forward to attending MineCon, and you guys should go ahead and follow all of those people on YouTube, on Twitter, on the Facebooks, all those places. Just in case I have a loss of signal, that the people I will be hanging out with should hopefully be keeping people updated as to our locations and what's going on, and giving updates and vlogs and pictures and things like that. So I'll have that to you in the coming weeks, and we should, you guys, if you're looking forward to seeing where I'm at, perhaps you're going to MineCon and you want to meet me, and you're looking forward to seeing where I'm going to be, or you just want to keep updated if you're not able to go to see how it's going. And I do personally a poor job of being able to keep those updates. Be sure you follow everybody else who's going, who I'm anticipating hanging around, because they'll, just to make sure that all your bases are covered. So that's going on. We do have, I can say that I personally have a little bit of a stockpile of handouts, Far Lands or Bust oriented handouts to give out to Far Lands or Bust fans who I get to meet at MineCon. We also, as a group, the Mindcrack members, organized handouts to give to people there who can then, we could kind of all participate and put our signatures on and things like that. So if you are looking for us and you find us, see if we have any of those to hand out. So that's the reason we got them. So look forward to that. I know BWO had a good idea. That's interesting. It's a little fern on display. It's the Fern Museum. Ooh, fern. Diorama-rama. BWO had a good idea. He said he has new t-shirts. He might be wearing those t-shirts, or he might not be, depending on, he said the best way to, people might not recognize him, but the best way to find him would be for his fans to wear his t-shirt. That way, if they don't recognize him, it'll be quite obvious to himself that he'll see somebody wearing a BWO t-shirt, and hey, I'm BWO. So that is a something to look forward to. So that's a good idea. Perhaps if you have a Far Lands or Bust t-shirt, you can wear it, and I can find you in a crowd and stuff like that. Speaking of which, hold on 1 second. Pause. Seamless transition. All right, we're back. Basically, I forgot, but I just remembered as I was recording. Speaking of t-shirts, if you do want to pick up a t-shirt, getting kind of late. I can't guarantee they would arrive on time, but I think it's enough time. I just ordered some during the last kind of coupon event, and they were shipped out in a timely manner, so you should be able to get them in time. But this tomorrow, Friday, November 9th, is free ship day at Spreadshirt. This is both the Far Lands or Bust Spreadshirt shop, farlands.spreadshirt.com, but also all Spreadshirt shops. So BWO, Good, I know they even Do they still have their super hostile and a whole bunch of other people? Anybody you know who has a Spreadshirt shop, this will apply to. But you can use the coupon code FREESHIPDAY12, all caps, and get free shipping on your order of any size. Now, I haven't confirmed if that's just in the North American United States, the U.S. stores, or if that also applies, because I also have a European store. I'll have to check on that, and perhaps you guys will just have to find out on your own. If you are ordering from the European store, try putting that into the coupon code and see if it works. But it, at least I know, works for the North American stores. So yeah, free ship day 12. I'll put a link, and I'll put that code in the video description. So if you've been waiting to get your Far Lands or Bust or other YouTube t-shirts from Spreadshirt, now's the time to get free shipping. But let's go to sleep. And free shipping on your t-shirts. Indeed. Where are we at? We are still heading west to the Far Lands. Perhaps a little bit over 5% of the way there. Oh yeah, I did kind of stay awake for an extended period of time there, didn't I? Hello, zombies. You guys gonna give me some handouts? Oh, I didn't even have to use the durability. I'm doing all right on feathers, thanks. That kind of correlated with a question I got in the last episode from PolkaGris14. He asked, are you going to wear a Flob t-shirt and 3D glasses at MineCon? To be honest, despite the fact that I am selling them, I own them as well, but I don't generally wear novelty t-shirts anymore. Like I said, I'll pretty much be wearing, given the temperatures, you know, sweaters, my jeans, stuff like that. I'm going to be wearing my more conservative casual dress, I guess you could say. But like I said, BOO had the good idea. If you guys are wearing the t-shirts, no obligation, of course. It's not like, if you're not wearing a t-shirt, I'm not going to talk to you. But if you guys are wearing the t-shirts, we'll recognize you out of a crowd and be like, hey, that's me. That's my t-shirt. So yeah, I'm personally not planning on wearing any Far Lands or Bust t-shirts. The 3D glasses, you'll just have to wait for. Spoilers. But, woof indeed, Wolfie, woof indeed. Ooh, hey, that's a pretty massive mountain. A massive mound of dirt and stone. Oh, those are cactuses. Careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie! Oh god, he's walking straight into them. Good grief. What else was I going to talk about? That, the handouts, the Hawken closed beta number 2 just started a few hours ago as I started recording this, so I'm going to try to jump back into there, perhaps with some friends. We'll be able to compare what has changed since the first beta. I don't know that much will have changed. I'm thinking the first beta was probably them just trying to figure out and test their server capabilities. Because at first, for the first couple hours, the servers weren't allowing anybody to connect, and they were having a bunch of problems. And as the weekend went on, we had better filtering options, and the servers actually got names instead of just random strings of numbers. So I think that's what the first beta was about. So this beta is a little bit longer. It's more than just the weekend, so I'm thinking this beta, perhaps they're going to be focusing more on gameplay, and it'll be interesting to see what, if anything, has changed since the first beta weekend. So look forward to some more content in that. Oh yeah, we were talking about Facecam with live streams and stuff. Those of you who know the KGBs, the previously Race for Wool team, but now just 4-person Minecraft team that is myself, Lorgon111, Schism Plays, and Gleason9. We've already, Steve Schism has done some in real life videos a few times. Myself, obviously, done a few. It's been a while, but done a few. But we recently just saw from Gleason9 and Dr. Brian Lorgon 111 recently uploaded their first IRL videos. And I have to say, the KGBs, rather accidentally, have quite pinned down the stereotypical white guy with brown hair and a scraggly beard look. That's except for actually Gleason has still got to work on the scraggly beard part. We're discussing his membership to the KGBs regarding that, but no, not really. But I thought that was kind of funny. I know you guys haven't seen it, but I do currently have. Over summer, I had kind of a full-on beard. I shaved it a few weeks ago, and now it's kind of on its way back. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to go with a beard or just the old perpetual 5 o'clock shadow or completely clean look for MineCon. It'll be a surprise, so that's kind of funny. So yeah, that Brian is posted his because he's actually not going to be uploading any Minecraft for a while because he's going on an extended kind of trip. He's becoming a world traveler, and because he has the time right now, so he's I think he's going to be uploading some travelogues to his channel as opposed to Minecraft Let's Play stuff. So that's kind of cool. It is, despite my reservations against doing IRL face videos, it is always kind of an interesting thing to put a face to the voice for somebody you've been hearing from for quite a long time. Woof indeed, woof indeed. We just saw this this interesting waterfall generate in front of us, and it seemed to have spoiled the days of these cows. Well, actually, it seems to have improved the days. They're having a bunch of fun. Whee! Hey guys, check out this waterfall. Whee! Yeah, they keep going back to it. Interesting. So, I talked about free shipping at Spreadshirt. I talked about MineCon. Talked about blah blah blah. And so yeah, questions. Polkagris14 had another question in addition to the what are you wearing at MineCon. He asked what is up with the block offset in the Farlands or Bust world. And we'll have to revisit this, I know, every half a dozen or so episodes, but the block selection offset is right here. You can see, this little 1 pixel black box that shows you which block you're actually interacting with is actually significantly offset in the Farlands or Bust world, either inside or outside, you can see, and that is a direct result of the floating point precision error that comes into play with the 32-bit mathematics that go into the rendering of a Minecraft world and also the positioning of your Minecraft player. That is also why my movement is jittery when I walk on 2 axes at the same time. And that's just... If you look up Farlands on Google, you'll notice that farlandsorbust.com is like the number 2 or number 1 result. But you'll also see the Minecraft wiki has a good page on the Farlands, and they go into much further and more accurate discussion about what the float point precision error is. Alley-oop! Make it, Wolfie? Oh, he made it. Well done. I think he actually teleported to the bottom of the ocean after I landed. But yeah, they explain that a lot better. Basically, in layman's terms, also known as in Kurt's ability to describe terms, the game is pinpointing your location on the map. Obviously, when I pressed F3 the last time, I was 699492 away. It estimates your point on the map using this floating point mathematics, and when those numbers get bigger, obviously when you're closer to your spawn area of 00, as most people stay, within 5,000 or 6,000 blocks of 00, it's hardly noticeable. But as those numbers get bigger, there are you round off the ends of those numbers, and the bigger the numbers get, the bigger the rounding becomes, and the less precise the game gets on both rendering your location, my player location, on the map, but also rendering the location of blocks on the map. So while obviously we can see that this sand block is over here, the game actually is rounding the block location to be within the selection box, and that's off. And this will just simply get worse and worse and worse as our coordinates get larger and larger and larger in number. And that's just one of the many effects of not necessarily the far lands. We're nowhere near the far lands, but it's one of the effects of being so far out from your spawn. And it's, for people who, very few, one or two maybe, I've seen comments of people complaining about the jitteriness and telling me to get a better computer to fix it. It's not the computer. I'm running Minecraft off a solid-state drive. I've given it the maximum. I've given Java the maximum amount of RAM I can give it. It's not the computer that causes it. It's not lag or anything like that. It's the basic underlying construction of the game, and to a greater degree, the programming that the engine and the programming that controls the game. Same thing happens not just in Minecraft but other games, and it's the floating point precision error is a well-known mathematical phenomenon that was known well before the invention of Minecraft or anything like that. So it's actually it's the charm of Far Lands or Bust, and it's how we know we're actually doing something very significant and out of the ordinary here. Correct, Wolfie? I'll take that as a yes. He's kind of shaking his head yes. But let's go to sleep for the second night today. Second night today? That didn't make any sense. And floating point precisionness. Oh, I do not want to be looking at that end of Wolfie. Okay. Indeed. So further questions. All right, I've been avoiding using a boat for a while, but since I have one. Bloop. Last episode, I talked about my pants. Pants! From Adriana Bravo asked, what's your favorite pair of pants? Pants! I don't know. Personally, I talked yesterday about buying a pair of jeans from Taylor Stitch. Right now, they are my favorite pair of pants. I'm wearing them all the time, mostly to break them in. You really have to break in denim, especially raw denim like this. So right now, I've been wearing them all the time, getting kind of the stretch out. I purchase... Here's the thing. When you're purchasing raw denim... Let me back up a little bit. I've gotten out of the habit, and I would recommend people to get out of the habit of buying pre-distressed anything, but more so pre-distressed denim jeans, pre-faded with your little whiskers and rips and things like that you find at Old Navy and other retailers around the world. Simply because, the old adage, why are you paying more money for somebody else to rip your jeans? When you buy raw denim, it basically, when you wear it in, it becomes your fades, your whiskers. If you put your phone in your right-hand pocket every day, the outline of your phone is going to show up as a fade on your jeans. So that's your outline, and it molds to your body and stuff like that. So I purchased the jeans. They're a little bit, I soak them for about an hour to get kind of the initial shrink out. So they're a little bit snug in the waist, but jeans, denim, cotton stretches, so I'm kind of stretching out the waist. They're getting more comfortable now. And they fit very nicely. They're very, very slim. It's hard to find a pair of slim-fitting jeans that are also long enough for me. I used to really like, when I first started getting into quote-unquote dressing better, I really enjoyed the Dockers Alpha khaki, which is their slimmest fit khaki. But I've recently grown away from them simply because I've lost a little bit of weight, and they don't have... All they have in their long, like 34 length size is a 32 waist, and it's way too generous for me. So I'm looking elsewhere for a good pair of khakis. But those used to be, like, over the summer, before I lost all this weight, those were my... And they were nice for the summer. Khakis are good for the summer. They're cooler than jeans and things like that, but those were my go-to pants. But right now, the Tailor Stitch pants... jeans are my favorites. I'll probably be wearing them every day at MineCon. I also own a pair of Levi made in the USA selvage denim. Not as high quality denim as that I have here in the Tailor Stitch, but I've also got those, and those fit pretty good. They're a little bit on the baggy-ish side. They're the slim fit, but they're a little bit but they're good. They're a little bit bigger, but they're good. So, yeah. Pants! The things we talk about. Another question. I know I'm shifting to the left a little bit just to avoid those cacti. If you could stay for a couple extra weeks in Europe, what places would be on the top of your places to visit? From Bergasms. Let's see. I know I've mentioned before, I personally haven't that much desire to travel or vacation in Europe, simply because I'm more about vacationing in places of natural interest, like the Grand Canyon and hiking and things like that. I'd really like to go to Yellowstone. Haven't been to Yellowstone before and stuff like that. But if I was to stay a couple more weeks, Ireland, if not just for my personal family history, would be the place to visit. Where else? In France, I suppose I would like to see the northern coast, the whole Normandy coast, to see historically. That I don't know if I could handle the what is it? I don't know the specific name of the cemetery, but the United States cemetery at Normandy. That's a little bit intense. I know. Here's a little bit of bean spillage. The opening of just the opening of Saving Private Ryan. They start out in that cemetery. And there's just like, fields full of rows of headstones for all the dead soldiers. That kicked me right in the gut. Just the opening scene. The movie hadn't even started yet. I was not emotionally involved in any of the characters yet or anything like that. But just, I don't know if it's patriotism or just the fact that I did have a grandpa who did fight in World War II. And you hear stories and stuff like that. But that's a tough thing to see, so I don't know. I would probably, out of respect, want to go to see it, but that would be something as kind of someone who is interested in the history of what happened there would be something to see. I don't know. I can't say much else. I mean, because I'm not that interested in the cities themselves. Like, I've seen pictures of the Eiffel Tower. That's fine. That's all I need. I suppose, speaking of the history and stuff like that, the more ancient parts, Greece and stuff like that, the ruins there are always interesting. I enjoyed when I went to Mexico, seeing the ruins of the Mayan ruins and Chichen Itza and the pyramids and things like that. So those are almost old enough to where they almost start to qualify for natural vacation locations. So they're not quite as old as the mountains or the Grand Canyon, but they almost qualify since they're not currently in use by any humans as kind of a natural sightseeing thing. But and not to diss anybody, I know there's a lot of people in Europe who watch this show, and I'm sure your cities and towns are fine, and they certainly have a lot of character, a lot more history than what we have here in the United States usually. I just don't find too much interest in that. I mean, that's going to be something to look at. I mean, I suppose going with, like, people, like a bunch of friends and stuff like that would be interesting. Obviously, going to, you know, speaking of Paris, I did kind of look at briefly and consider the Louvre if I was going to extend it more than just the MineCon weekend. Just because I kind of like art history and things like that, so to see all the famous pieces at the Louvre and stuff like that. But even in Chicago, for those of you who aren't from Chicago, we have the Chicago Art Institute. A lot of the more famous French impressionistic period paintings and things like that are actually in Chicago, because at the time that they were being painted, the French and the European art communities kind of brushed them away because they didn't like the style. So most of the Impressionists went to this new place called America and sold their paintings to the rich kind of the tribunes and the well, they weren't called the tribunes, they were called the McCormicks and the tribunes. Hello, Mr. Tribune. Mr. Los Angeles and Chicago Tribune. Floating Tower of Flower. The Floating Tower of Flower. That's pretty funny. Hello. Floating Tower, Power, Flower. Alright, that's enough of that. Out of the way, Wolfie. So yeah, a lot of that is actually in the United States if you're looking for your impressionistic paintings. And I know the French are actually trying to get them back, but too bad. We got them. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of... I really like the Chicago Art Museum because I like Manet a lot, and there's a lot of Manets there, and all those fun things. Famous paintings indeed. But yeah, otherwise, I really don't... Like, London, I know is London, but... Just like I don't go... Like, I've never vacationed to New York to see New York, just because it's a city. I don't really... I don't find that much appealing about traveling to a city for the sake of a city. If there were people there, if there was a group of friends or family that were there, sure, I would go visit them, but not to visit the city, but to visit the people. So yeah, that kind of answers that question about if I was staying in Europe longer, where would I go? So, woof indeed, Wolfie. Where would you go? No idea. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. I suppose this is kind of a decent place to make a hidey hole, so let's do it. And a boop. Hey, guy. How's it going? There we go. Okay, I was waiting for a bark. They don't tend to bark when you're really close to them. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just confirmation bias on my part. But regardless, let me remind you guys once again that you can keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to Child's Play charity. Trying to reach $100,000 this year. This season. Sorry, not this year. This season of Far Lands or Bust. And then the season will end when we reach our goal, and we will have another fantastic live stream extravaganza celebration per usual. And of course, we're helping kids in hospitals around the world, so that's the main reason you should be giving to Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. I've apparently forgotten how to make beds. 2, 3. I guess. Oh, damn! I just made a pressure plate. Dagnabbit, I meant to keep that there to make a boat. Woo! Pressure plates! Boop. Hooray! But anyway, yeah. You can check out tomorrow, Friday, November 9th, use the coupon code FREESHIPDAY12 to get free shipping on your Farlands or Bust Spreadshirt order. That'll also work at any Spreadshirt shop. If you have other favorite YouTube channels out there, you can get their t-shirts as well to show them support, like I mentioned a few episodes ago, how that shows support for your favorite YouTubers. And you can always click that like button as another way to show support. I appreciate it, and every subscriber and everybody following along. Far lands or bust. Indeed. So, until next time, my name is Kurt. I will see you next time.